Hey guys, this is Stacy Rossetti. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. I look forward to seeing you in all of the podcasts that are coming up. Hi everyone, this is Stacy Rossetti. I am back and I wanted to introduce to you DeOnna Britt. She's a longtime friend. I've known her for a while and I wanted to just talk to her about her real estate investing world and what she does and how being a woman in this industry affects her. How are you doing tonight?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. So tell her, introduce yourself to everybody.
Yes. Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me. My name is DeOnna Britt. I am the owner of Law Clerk On Demand. We are a legal research company that finds deals at your local courthouse and puts it into a neat list so that real estate investors can find more deals.
Okay, awesome. So tell me kind of what you do in the real estate investing world.
Yeah, so what we do is actually going to the courthouse, searching court record, and finding real estate deals based on the court information. So there's a two-part analysis. We look for legal situations, and then once we're in the legal situation, we literally look for houses and put them into lead lists that investors can use for marketing purposes. So for direct mail, cold calling, text messaging, that's what our information is used for.
Okay, how long have you been doing this for?
This is our 6th year of business. What a
So tell
blessing.
me, so from when it started 6 years ago till now, how do you see the real estate industry? Like, how's it changed? What do you see?
Yes, that is such a great question. The real estate industry has changed tremendously when it comes to marketing. I remember when I first started, everyone was doing direct mail. I have some good friends, including yourself, who were heavy, heavy on direct mail my first year of business. And so addresses for direct mail purposes were exactly what we were focused on. Now, 6 years later, everyone is worried about phone numbers because text messaging and cold calling is what folks are focusing on, and ringless voicemails. But ringless voicemails, I feel like, are being talked about a tiny bit less. But direct cold calling and text messaging is what our lists are used for now.
So what do you think about the text messaging world? Do you think that's going to go away, or do you think people are going to be able to still do that next year with all
I
the
think that it's going to heat up because if you think about it, if you compare the number of emails that we receive, our email is very congested, right? But our text messaging, even though we saw a little bit of that bubble in the last few months, it's still nowhere near as saturated as our email is, or even the robocalls and things that we're getting. So I believe, and we're seeing it. We're seeing it with celebrities. We're seeing it in the real estate investing world. Everyone is capturing your phone number because they want to be able to text or call you. So I just see it being on fire in the
What do
next.
you like? What kind of transactions are you hearing from like your customers? What are they doing mostly right now?
Mostly the so as far as real estate
Yeah.
transactions, or okay, so certainly wholesalers were using our list, but now we're even seeing folks that are doing the rehabs or looking for rentals are getting lists so that they can be direct to the seller and do their own negotiating versus buying wholesale deals, because I'm sure you know the market has changed so much, so many things are happening. So folks are saying, you know what, let me get my own list even though I'm doing the rehab or I'm holding the property, so that I can be direct to the seller.
Okay, cool. Awesome. So tell me, I know, what is it like you being in the real estate investing world? What do you see as changes, or what do you think is going to happen, especially going forward?
Yeah, well, one of the things that I love about the list that we pull is it's court generated information, right? And so this year we've had so much information on evictions, right? There was a halt on evictions for most of 2020. Now we're seeing that evictions are now slowly starting to move forward. So the eviction list, which is one of the lists that we pull, that list is going to be explosive over the next few weeks. So if you can get your hands on it, if you're pulling it yourself or getting it from us, it's just going to be crazy, right? Because those investors that have gone all of 2020 without receiving their rents, without receiving their payments, they're going to be frustrated and literally running. You may just look out your window and see people running because they want to file those evictions, right? So, probate, certainly, unfortunately, those numbers are going up, right? So, that's going to be another list that is super hot for folks to be working. And then you've got the divorce list. So, really, anything that has to do with court record, those numbers, all of those situations that have been on hold this year, they're going to go up, and more people are just going to need our solutions and need our help.
Are you saying that there's going to be a lot more divorces in the next couple of years? Because everybody's stuck at home with each other.
Look, we don't want to wish it on anybody, but quarantine got real for a lot of people, right? I mean, folks are working from home and the kids are home. I mean, it's just been a crazy situation. So my prediction, because we say in the legal profession, after the holidays, all the court cases go up, right? So now after quarantine, that's going to be the new thing. These court cases are going to increase for sure.
There's either going to be lots of babies being made or everybody's going to be like getting a divorce, is what you're saying.
If one or the other, babies or divorce, either we're growing or we're splitting.
That's awesome. Cool. Okay, so tell me, do you do any, I know you do, like you lead the creative deal structuring
Mhm.
group and stuff. What kind of transactions are you seeing maybe from that group, like for, and also say a little bit about that, but like what transactions are you seeing from that?
Yes. So my favorite day of the month is the third Saturday of the month when I get the opportunity to lead the creative deals group, right? And so that's a group that's all about creative financing, red hot topic. And I know you speak to that in all of your trainings. Um, the opportunity to bring these additional options to the seller, right? And so what I do is find the speakers, find the people who are using these options. And so we've seen, I mean, when I started running the group a year ago, folks weren't really familiar. They were just like, maybe I'll come. Now everyone is talking about it. So it's been a blessing to lead that group and find folks. And now everyone wants to make sure when they meet with the seller that they're bringing options such as owner financing, lease options, subject twos. It's almost you're truly missing out if you're not using that in 2021. In the next couple of months.
From all of the speakers that you have come and talk, like what kind of transactions do you hear most of, or like what do you think is going to happen in the
Out
next
of
year?
those creative options,
Yeah.
a lot of owner financing,
Mhm.
and I would say subject to
Yeah.
those two
That's
things.
what I
And
would think
then,
too. Yeah.
yeah, pairing those with the pre foreclosures, pairing those with probates, even the evictions, just letting folks know like I can jump over and take over those payments. I mean, what a relief, right? We don't have to do a whole lot. I can just get out of this right now. So those are the two areas.
Yeah, yeah. So I would say to anybody listening to definitely keep your eye open to creative deal structuring and really educate yourself on that too, which is good.
Absolutely.
Yeah, awesome. Cool, good. Well, any other final tips that you would give to any of the ladies that are listening right now on how to get started?
Yeah, how to get started. The major tip that I would give is to get started. Take some imperfect action right now. So whether that's grabbing a list and just making cold calls, making those mistakes, doing whatever you need to do. If you have not talked to sellers like in the last 24 hours, I need you to do some sort of marketing, right? I call myself the marketing police because if you talk to me and you're telling me that you haven't talked to these sellers, I'm gonna be like, what's going on? So if you need to do bandit signs, if you need the cold call, if you need the text, get on the phone with some sellers this week. And then if you get stuck, take advantage of the resources. I mean, you have so many resources online through your different coaching programs. So there's help waiting for you. So you don't even have the excuse of getting stuck anymore. Right. So I mean, you and I both, we put so much on YouTube. You don't even have to say anything to us. You can just go binge on our videos or podcasts or whatever. So there are zero excuses. And don't be intimidated. You know what I mean? Just you find out what your lane is for marketing and just get to it, get to work so you can be our next testimonial, next deal report.
Exactly. You don't have to be an island, essentially, is what you're
Mhm,
saying. Like you can
mhm.
get out there, educate yourself, and then take action. And that's really all it
Absolutely.
takes. Yeah, no,
Yes.
I'm a big believer that it's people just need to take action.
Yeah.
Once you take action, all the opportunities start working, start coming your way.
Yes, that's the hardest step for people. They just get stuck. And it's very easy. That was one of the first things that I remember when I was starting my business. They would say like 1% of people in these meetings are going to take action, right?
Yeah.
So and there's so many people that we see. So that's why in our group we started like the hot seat, or I know when you're teaching, you're literally going down the list and saying, "What are you doing?" We
Mhm.
don't want you to go from meeting to meeting not doing anything. So, just set a small goal. I'm going to call 5 people tomorrow. I'm going to call 5 people today and see how that goes and then just build from there.
I love it. Awesome. Cool. Okay. Well, I appreciate your time. Thank you for hanging out with us.
Yes,
Thank you
thank you
for
for
your
having me.
knowledge. You always have great knowledge.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I want to stay connected with everybody. So if you have if I can be of assistance with you, educating you on finding deals at your courthouse, certainly connect with me on social media. We are Law Clerk On Demand on everything. And of course, I'm DeOnna Britt, or you can go to lawclerkondemand.com and tap in with many of our resources.
Awesome. Cool. Well, I appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Thank
And
you.
I'll see you soon.
Yes, you will. Thank you.